Believe it or not, some wealthy inmates can enjoy gourmet meals and private cells while serving time, turning prison life into a rather cushy experience. This may shock many, as we often associate prison with harsh conditions and limited privileges. Wealth disparity is a significant issue in today's society, and it's even more pronounced in the prison system. The contrast between the experiences of wealthy and impoverished inmates raises essential questions about fairness and justice. Wealthy inmates often have access to better living conditions, which can significantly impact their overall experience in prison. This can include access to private cells, better food, and exclusive amenities. The impact of wealth on prison life is a topic that deserves exploration, as it highlights the deep-seated issues within the prison system. Prison is meant to be a place of rehabilitation and punishment, but the presence of wealth-based privileges undermines this purpose. The prison system is designed to be a place of equality, where all inmates are treated fairly and humanely. However, the reality is that wealth plays a significant role in determining the quality of life for inmates. Those with financial means can often afford to pay for better living conditions, which can make their prison experience more comfortable. This raises concerns about the fairness of the system and whether it truly provides equal opportunities for rehabilitation. The issue of wealth disparity in prison is complex and multifaceted. It's not just about the living conditions, but also about the access to resources and opportunities. Wealthy inmates may have better access to education, healthcare, and other services, which can give them an advantage over their less fortunate counterparts. This can perpetuate the cycle of inequality, making it even more challenging for impoverished inmates to rehabilitate and reintegrate into society. In the past, prisons were often overcrowded and underfunded, leading to harsh conditions for all inmates. However, in recent years, there has been a shift towards more privatized prisons, which can offer better living conditions for those who can afford it. This has created a two-tiered system, where wealthy inmates can enjoy relative luxury, while impoverished inmates are left to suffer in substandard conditions. The historical context of the prison system is essential in understanding how wealth influences incarceration experiences. Historically, prisons have always been plagued by issues of inequality and unfairness. The presence of wealth-based privileges is just one aspect of a broader problem. The prison system is designed to punish and rehabilitate, but it often fails to provide equal opportunities for all inmates. The influence of wealth on incarceration experiences is a significant concern, as it can perpetuate the cycle of inequality and undermine the purpose of prison. Wealthy inmates have been known to enjoy perks such as private cells, gourmet meals, and exclusive access to amenities. For example, some prisons offer private rooms with flat-screen TVs and refrigerators, which can be rented for a fee. This can make prison life more comfortable, but it also raises questions about fairness and equality. If some inmates can afford to pay for better living conditions, does that mean they're more deserving of comfort and luxury? Some wealthy inmates have even been known to have their own personal trainers, chefs, and other luxuries while in prison. This can make their prison experience more akin to a luxury hotel stay than a punitive questionable. Fourth example of such luxury is the case of a wealthy inmate who was able to hire a personal chef to prepare his meals while in prison. This level of luxury is unheard of in most prisons, and it highlights the significant disparities in the prison system. The experience of wealthy inmates can be vastly different from that of their less fortunate counterparts. While some inmates are struggling to access necessities, others are enjoying luxuries that most people can only dream of. This disparity is a significant concern as it raises questions about the fairness and equality of the prison system. If some inmates can afford to pay for better living conditions, does that mean they're more deserving of comfort and luxury? In some prisons, wealthy inmates can even have access to exclusive amenities such as swimming pools, gyms, and golf courses. This can make their prison experience more enjoyable, but it also perpetuates the cycle of inequality. The presence of such luxuries can create a sense of entitlement among wealthy inmates, which can be detrimental to their rehabilitation. The purpose of prison is to punish and rehabilitate, not to provide a luxury vacation. The stories of wealthy inmates enjoying luxury prison conditions are numerous, and they often spark outrage and debate. Many people question the fairness of a system that allows some inmates to enjoy such privileges while others are left to suffer in substandard conditions. The public outcry surrounding the privileges of wealthy inmates is a significant concern, as it highlights the deep-seated issues within the prison system. The perks of being rich in jail can include better food, private cells, and exclusive access to amenities. These privileges can make prison life more comfortable, but they also raise questions about fairness and equality. The experience of wealthy inmates is often vastly different from that of their less fortunate counterparts, and this disparity can perpetuate the cycle of inequality. Some prisons have implemented reforms to address the disparities in the prison system. For example, some prisons have introduced programs to provide equal access to amenities and services regardless of an inmate's wealth. These reforms aim to create a more equal and fair prison system where all inmates have access to the same opportunities and resources. The issue of wealth disparity in prison is complex, and it requires a multifaceted solution. Reforms such as providing equal access to amenities and services can help to address the disparities in the prison system. However, more needs to be done to ensure that all inmates have access to the same opportunities and resources. The ethical dilemmas surrounding the privileges of wealthy inmates are significant, and they require careful consideration and action. The public outcry surrounding the privileges of wealthy inmates is a significant concern, and it highlights the need for reform. The presence of wealth-based privileges undermines the purpose of prison and perpetuates the cycle of inequality. To address this issue, prisons must work to provide equal opportunities and resources to all inmates, regardless of their wealth. In conclusion, the issue of wealth disparity in prison is a significant concern that requires attention and action. The experience of wealthy inmates can be vastly different from that of their less fortunate counterparts, and this disparity can perpetuate the cycle of inequality. To create a more just and fair prison system, reforms must be implemented to provide equal access to amenities and services. One potential solution is to provide more resources and funding for prisons so that all inmates have access to the same opportunities and services. This could include programs for education, job training, and rehabilitation, which can help inmates to rehabilitate and reintegrate into society. By providing equal access to resources and opportunities, prisons can help to reduce the disparities in the prison system. The impact of wealth on justice and incarceration is a significant concern, and it requires careful consideration and action. The presence of wealth-based privileges in prison undermines the purpose of prison and perpetuates the cycle of inequality. To address this issue, reforms must be implemented to provide equal opportunities and resources to all inmates, regardless of their wealth. Reforms such as providing equal access to amenities and services can help to create a more just and fair prison system. By addressing the disparities in the prison system, we can work to create a more equal and fair society. The experience of wealthy inmates highlights the need for reform and the importance of providing equal opportunities and resources to all inmates. If you want to learn more about prison reform and the impact of wealth on justice and incarceration, be sure to check out our other videos on the topic.